everyone, I'm the Peculiar Pisces and welcome to my channel. Today is Friday, November 14th, 2025, and this is Flosstube video number 65. Yay! So I'm back with another weekly update, and I'm just going to say right off the bat that if my alarm goes off, I'm going to have to pause the video where I'm at because I have to go take my husband's truck to the shop to get the oil changed and the tires rotated. So if I have to pause in the middle, I will be back to finish this, and then that just means that this video will get posted much later in the afternoon than it normally does. But that's okay. So, hopping right into it, this is my weekly update. I did get to film last week. Next week, I'm not sure if I'm going to get to film because my youngest has a field trip and I have entered my name into the lottery to be chosen as a chaperone since it's on my day off. Her last field trip was on a Wednesday, so I wouldn't be able to come back, get ready for work, drive to work, and then go to, work. So because this one was on a Friday, I was like, let me at least try to chaperone. So I don't know if I'm going to get it, and I don't know when they will let me know, but next week I might not be able to film, and then the week after that is the weekend of Thanksgiving. Thursday is Thanksgiving, Friday is Black Friday, the biggest sales day in the US, and I do not like to go shopping, but occasionally my husband does. Although we don't do the morning sales or anything crazy like that. We just sometimes go out, but a lot of times that we're shopping, we have our kids with us, so it's not like we're actually shopping for Christmas presents. We're just shopping to try to take advantage of some of the deals. But anyway, on to onto what you're actually here to see, which is Flosstube. So first, project number 1 is the favorite designer project, and that is Lavender and Lace this month. I am doing Lady of the Thread, and I recharted this stitch by stitch in Floss Cross so that I can change the color of her dress, which, let me pull up the mock-up. So I'm not quite there yet, but I'm into the lady. I'm into the lady. I'm excited. So here is my progress. So this is the actual piece of fabric. It is, and I actually went down to find out. This is DMC fabric, not Charles Craft like I previously thought. But it is the DMC needlework fabric, and this is 14 count. And the color on this is 3033, and there's a star next to it, so I'm not sure what that means, but it will just fit on this fabric with barely this half an inch. I plan on turning this into a pillow, so that's why, like, it will just fit on this piece of fabric, so that's why my margins are so tight. I'm not going to be I'm not going to be framing it. But anyway, here is where most of my progress is. So I've brought the mirror down, I've brought the flowers and the vines down. I believe this is the bottom edge of this vine. I don't think that there's any more stitched over here. There will be part of the mirror stitched, but I think this is it for the flowers over here. However, over here, it branches off and there's a whole bunch more flowers. But I've started working in her hair. Now, when I recharted this, I did leave this the same color. I did not change that. The only thing that I changed is her dress. Now, whenever I get my call from iMart that my distance glasses are in, which if they haven't called me by Tuesday, I'm going in on Tuesday because it's been 2 weeks since I ordered my glasses. So it surely should be in by now. But iMart is right next to Michael's. So when I go in, I need to get, there's a color that I'm missing in here as part of the mirror shine. And it is 3033 that I'm missing. And then I also need to get the floss colors for her dress because I'm close enough now. I'm close enough that I actually need to buy the floss. And I think there might be one other color that I'm missing from this. But anyway, there is my progress. And I got to put in 3 hours, 20 minutes, and 46 minutes this past week. And it's brought my total time on the project to 39 hours, 57 minutes, and 45 seconds. This past week, I got to put in 593 stitches. It's taken my stitch count up to 4,613 out of 17,306, and I am at 26.66%. Yay. Yay, yay, yay. And in the evenings, while I'm at work, when I have some downtime, I've been working on two things. One is clearing out my inbox of my personal email because my email provider has told me that I either needed to purchase more storage or delete stuff. So I'm deleting stuff, and it turns out I have so much unread stuff from, I started in 2020 and have just been deleting stuff. I'm up to 2021. I believe I'm in November of 2021 in the deletes. And so I'm almost done with 2021, which is pitiful. Absolutely pitiful. So anyway, I've been deleting emails at work. And then after I've been deleting emails, if I have time, I've been recharting Lavender and Lace's Queen Anne's lace. So I've just been working on recharting this in Floss Cross so that it'll be electronic. I'm still undecided on whether or not I want to change the color of her dress. It's a lovely dress. I'm just not a yellow fan. The blue would be all right. I would keep the blue as it was. But I need to pull out my color wheel. I need to start, looking in my complementary colors book and just see what colors sort of stand out. Right now in my head, I'm thinking teal. But I don't know if I want the blue part to be teal and the dress to be a complementary color to the teal, or if I want the dress to be teal in color. And if I change her dress to teal, I might want to make her more of a redhead as opposed to the darker blonde, light brown color that she is. So I don't know. I don't know if I want the hassle of converting the colors, but I need to pull out a color wheel and see. So I have been working on the rechart. I'm still very much in the top part of that. I have not even hit where her head is, but that's just something that I've been working on. And then project number 2, I'm working on the Dutch Beauty Sampler. I am still on page D, so I'm just right here in this middle area. This is 14 count Aida that I hand dyed in a Come Dye With Me video. There will be a link to it in the description. So here is where I am. I think the last time that I showed this, I was still down here in this angel, so I finished, I think I was working on the shoes. So I finished the shoes, and then I did the letters since it was the same color. And I jumped up here, and I worked on the basket, and whatever that is. And then I worked on this crown. And so now I'm in this lower motif down here. So here's a sort of, because of my Q-snap, but here's a bigger picture. It's a monster. It's gonna be, I mean, I'm pretty sure this was like an entire yard of fabric that I dyed. Okay. So, this one is also in Pattern Keeper, sort of. So I got to work on this one 2 hours, 26 minutes, and 11 seconds this past week. And that's brought my total time to 61 hours, 12 minutes, and 57 seconds. I got to put in 458 stitches. And my stitch total is now at 11,730. Because of the way that I brought it into Pattern Keeper, I don't have the actual stitch count. And I don't have the actual percentage. So, because like it's telling me I'm at like 4.4%, and I'm easily further along than that. So, yeah, project 2. And then project 3 is my chatelaine. Here's my overhead. This is the cover photo. This is on Fiberliscious Yummy Fibers. It's called Dreamweavers. This is 32 count. It is a Lugana. It is opalescent. Spin this a little and bring this over. Okay. All right. So, sorry. Here is my progress. The last time I showed it, I was working on the outer edge, and then these little light blue triangles. I don't know how well that's showing up. The little light blue triangles, bring it down, and then bringing that blue back up, and then the triangles back up. I only got to work on it 2 days this past week, and so I'm really happy with the progress that I did get on those couple of days. Okay, so that one is not an electronic copy. This one, I just have the paper copy, although after I get the stitching done, I am going to order the electronic version because I'll be able to tell what I'm supposed to be doing for the back stitching. All right, so project 3. I got to put in 1 hour, 57 minutes, and 49 seconds between those 2 days that I got to work on it, and it's brought my total time to 17 hours, 2 minutes, and 17 seconds. So I don't have a stitch count. I don't have anything like that, but I am very happy with its progress. And then project number 4 is my Stashbuster piece. I am working on Plaid Bucilla's 4 Seasons. Now I am using the fabric that came in the kit, but I hand dyed it. I did not do a video for this one. So I am up in the spring quadrant still, and I've just been bringing this up and over and bringing this up and over and filling in this center part. So what I've been doing is a strand up here, and then whatever strand is color is next, and trying to stitch it out as fully as I can, either over here or up here and across. And then I go back to the clouds, and then I go back to the border, and then back to the clouds and back to the border. So I've just been switching back and forth between those areas. So this one is a paper pack product. I don't have any stats on it at all. It is a 28 count ivory even weave that I had dyed. And then this one also, I only got to work on for 2 days this week. And so I got to put in 1 hour, 23 minutes, and 19 seconds, and it brought my total time to 18 hours, 41 minutes, and 35 seconds. And then the only other thing that I have been working on, which I completely forgot to show last week, is this pink landscape that I've been working on. I've been trying to make it at least my 1 strand a day project. So some days I've only gotten to put in a strand. There have been days this week that I didn't get to put in any strands because I just have been too busy and doing a lot of other things. But okay, so the reason that this is unrolled so far is because the color that is currently on my needle is an orange that I put in this morning, and it only came down so far, and I wanted to finish off the strand and not have it be used anywhere. So I had to unroll pretty far to find where it was. So give me just a second for me to tuck my needle down so I can show this nice. Okay, so here is how it's coming. And then this is the way that I've been stitching it. So I think the last time I showed it, I was about halfway in this row that's up here. So I finished putting in pretty much a row since the last time that I've showed it. Now, I love the way this tree is coming in. I love the way that it's turning out. I love how it's stitched in here, which this darker color for the tree is black, and so is this area down here. There are some colors in here that I find a little questionable, like the orange and the bit of red, but it could be flowers on a hillside. These white spots, again, not necessary that they're there. Pretty sure that's a sign that this was AI art. And I would rather, when I buy these kits, I would rather buy AI art for them as opposed to buying stolen art. Some of this color down here is a little hard to see. They're darker purples in here. But this tree right here is coming in beautifully. And this one that's down here is coming in beautifully. Does that show you a little better where I am so you're not seeing the distraction of what's there? But yeah, I am really happy with how this is coming in on this kit. And like I said, it's huge. Now, the color that's on my needle is this orange color that, again, I'm not sure is necessary, but I'm just liking to think that it's flowers on a hillside, especially because it's so dark. Now, there are some greens in through here, but yeah. So, all the way down here, all the way down here is where this orange color is again. So, I got to finish what's on the needle there and then move back up to where I was. That was the next area that I mean, maybe I just missed it because there's another symbol that's very similar to it. But, oh well. And I'm stitching that in hand, so it's a nice stiff fabric. Anyway, I'm hoping maybe by 2027 I'll have it done. Then I can frame it and put it up on the wall in the living room. So that's it. I'm going to go ahead and stop this. I made it before my timer had to go off. So I will see everyone. Well, I don't know. I don't know when I'm going to see everyone. If I don't get chosen as a chaperone, then I'll see everyone next week on the 21st. If I get chosen as a chaperone, then I won't see everyone again until December. And I will have switched projects. So if it's December when I come back, then I'll show everyone where I ended off on these 4 and then where I am for the next 4, which in December I will be starting a new Stashbuster piece because that was the group that I had finished both Pentecost and the Hummingbird in Floral, which was another Plaid Bucilla kit. And so I finished that at the end of right at the end of the month and didn't start the next thing yet, which so in December I will have a new start, which is a Stashbuster piece. So it's something that's in my stash. So I will either see everyone next week or not again until December.